So I want to be able to do those sorts of things again. My name is Truda. I live in Cardiff in Wales in the UK, and I've come to Clinica for a knee replacement. The first time I started having problems with my knees was about 20 years ago. And I've had arthroscopies on both knees and some artificial joint fluid in the first one. And the last time I had anything done was 15 years ago. And my surgeon said, these knees are not going to last forever. And I would say that at the beginning of the lockdown, I started to feel that my knees were not good. But I lost a lot of weight in the lockdown and I walked a lot. So I felt it was better, but I could feel them deteriorating all the time. When I first decided to do something about it, I didn't think the knees were too bad, but I did feel that they were on their way out. So I went to see the consultant privately that I had seen before. And he said the right one definitely was a total knee replacement, and they would do x-rays to see about the other one. And he put me on his National Health Service waiting list. He told me it would be, to do it privately would be £15,000, but I could go on his waiting list. Well, I've been on the waiting list now for over a year, and the deterioration in this last year has been quite significant. And when I phoned, they said it's another year or two. Well, that's no good. I'm not, I'm getting on, but I'm not old, and I need to live my life, and I can't do it. And I was out at a friend's for an afternoon tea party, and one of my other friends was there, and she said, my friend, Marina, went to Lithuania for her knee. And I said, that's very interesting. And I got in touch with Marina. And she told me of her experiences here. But she was very careful not to give recommendations. She said, I can't do that. I don't want to give recommendations. I'll tell you about my experience. And I was very impressed with her experience. So I said I would follow the path that she followed. Once I was thinking of coming here to Lithuania, I did a lot of reading. And really, a lot of the literature was about the other clinic. But when Marina said she'd come here, and it was a smaller one, and the surgeon, I thought I will follow her path. Well, when I first broached it to my daughters, they were absolutely horrified. They said, this is ridiculous and you can't go on your own. But once I pointed them to the literature, particularly an article in the Daily Telegraph, which had a signpost, and it said, NHS 3 years, Lithuania 1,500 miles. That was very good. And once they read about it and saw my deterioration, my deterioration and my determination, they said, go for it. Well, it's going to be quite a long recovery period, I think. But I'll be able to do the things that I used to do. I've got girlfriends and we go walking. Yeah, not enormous walks, but maybe a couple of miles and end up in a cafe for a coffee. And recently, I've just been meeting them in the cafe because I can't do it, or I slow them down too much. So I want to be able to do those sorts of things again. It was really easy to communicate with the clinic. The standard of English is perfect and very responsive, and answered all my questions. I'm very impressed altogether. In a very short time, I've had a blood test, an ECG, X-rays and a consultation. Very nice, charming, and he's certainly, I was impressed because he certainly knows what he's talking about, and he was very thorough in explaining it all to me. What I would do as Marina does, I would share my experience. I got a little booklet, empty, with me. I'm going to write every day what's happening to me.